Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. AFP on that one day in September again. Centrals have just run onto the ground and the side reads from the back line. Daryl Messer in the back pocket, Nick Purcell at fullback, and Phil Callard in the other back pocket. In the half-back flank, you have Tim McNeil, Alan Bradford, and Craig Britton. The centre lines are Greenie, which is Ian Green, Wayne Britton, and Jeff Donnelly, Jatsy. The half-forward liners, Wayne Jackson, Craig Reed, Brad Bolton. And the forward line is Peter Gertz, Daryl Taylor at full forward, who's got 99 goals, looking for his 100. And Mick Titch Britton. First ruck is John Van Roy. Ruck rover is Andrew Martin. And the rover is Brett Wilson. The interchange are Mark Walter and Wayne Murphy. Port Douglas have just run onto the ground.
Led by captain coach Robert Hubbard.
To make up for Port Douglas today is Greg Davis will be wearing number 1, Terry McLeod number 2, Davey Evans 3, Rod Davidson 4. Rod Davidson won the medal for the league this year. 5, Graham Harvey, 6, Mark Westgate, 7, Wayne Hicks, 8, Colin Fogden, 9, Robert Hubbard, who is captain and coach, 10, Trevor Bennett, 11, Russell Klein, 12, Jason Wosley, 13, Paul Fishlock, 15, Brenton Dawkins, 20, Patrick Glenister, 21 is Chris Browning, 22 is Tony Roman, 25 is Chris Cole, 29 is Pat Foy, 31 is Paul Milne, and 44 is Rick Brown. Captain of Centrals and joint coach with his brother is Craig Britton. Two captains have shaken hands. They've just tossed the coin. Looks like Port Douglas have won the toss and they're kicking with a 6 to 8 goal breeze. It's for the start of the 1990 Cairns Australian Rules Football Grand Final. The umpires are I. Tucker and M. Smith. Umpire bounces the ball. Dutcher gets a nice tap down to Willow. Willow misses it. Brad Bolton gets the ball, gets a quick handball. Greenie, there's a bit of a mess up there, and there's a free kick picked out to Ian Green for too high. Greenie's in the centre of the ground, hesitates, gets a kick out towards Craig Britton, who takes a nice mark. Long handball to Gertzy on the run. Gertzy gets on his left foot, kicks it to Reedy, who's playing a centre half forward. He just thought he'd play on, but decides to go back and take a kick. He's taking his time, puts a big long drop punt to the point of the square, big pack goes up, ball comes to ground, and a Port Douglas player kicks it straight in the arms of Ian Green. Ian Green's 50 metres out, kicking to the Mulgrove side, goes for a short pass to Daryl Taylor. Daryl Taylor's taking a beautiful mark in front of 3 Port Douglas opponents. He's about 45 metres out on about a 45-degree angle, kicking into the teeth of this 8-goal breeze. Tales runs in, the wind gets the ball and takes it way out past the point of the square. Jacko goes up, Titch gets a push in the back. And the ball has been decided to bounce by the umpire. Umpire Tucker throws the ball down. Rudy and the Port Douglas ruckman both go. Neither gets a decisive tap. Comes out to Brett Wilson, and Daryl Taylor takes a really good mark. He decides to play on, hooks it over his head. Jacko's waiting there, and the ball is out of bounds in the forward pocket. Looked like no mark was called play on, so Tails had to have a quick shot over his shoulder. Reedy, Fart and Killer go for the ball. Nobody gets a tap. It's knocked out to a Port Douglas player leading the ball, number 44. Tails is there with him. Sockets is off the ground, very close to the boundary line, and it's over in the forward pocket. Nobody gets a decisive bounce. Wayne Britton knocks the ball forward, but it's missed by Andrew Martin. Port player picks it up. Pat Foy kicks it down towards centre half forward. Callow come out meeting the ball. Craig Britton cleans up, kicks it wide to the wing. Willow's leading in the race. Jatsy's leading the race to the ball. Brad Bolton chips in front of him, gets a left foot kick toward Reedy. Goes past him, goes past Fart. Port Douglas player gets it. Timmy McNeil comes through, falls to the ground, gets a handball out. Puts his player under pressure and a resulting free kick. Mark kicks it down to the half-forward flank, and the Port Douglas player in front of his man gets the ball, get called to play on. He gets a hurry kick down the goal square. Davey Evans waiting there. Suckers it off the ground for a behind.
Okay, I'm rolling still.
Purse kicks the ball into the half-back flank. Pack goes up. Dutchy takes it. The good mark's not paid. Handball's out to Fart. Fart's put under heaps of pressure, gets rid of the ball, and gets penalised. Port ruckman, Greg Davis, puts a wobbly sort of kick towards centre half forward, and a Port player marks unattended. It's Paul Mill. It's directly in front. Kicking with a bruise over his right shoulder. Puts a fairly ordinary drop punt in, and it's 1 point as a result. So at the 5-minute mark, it's 2 behinds to Port Douglas, and Centrals have yet to score. Purse kicks the ball straight down the middle. It's holding up in a bruise, but it does make Andrew Martin. Andrew Martin gets paid against him. He's taken a nice grab, but the umpire's ruled against him. Pat Foy, number 29. Runs in, puts a low raking drop punt in, and it's straight through the middle. So Port Douglas have scored the first goal of the match. Port Douglas 1, 2, 8 points to Central's nothing. Ball's back in the centre, goes down, horrible bounce. Dutch and Fart both get a fist to it, goes straight to Reedy. Reedy drops it. Port Douglas player comes through. Davidson picks the ball up, gets tapped around the neck, and the boys are having a bit of a scuffle, but the umpire's called play on. So Fart's got the ball out in the wing here under the commentary box. It's been kicked out of bounds on the full while the boys have a bit of a scrap. Tails is underneath it, getting hold, gets the ball punched away from him. Port player picks it up, hands it out to Davison. Davin gets a quick handball across to Jason Wosley, gets a hurried kick across the ground. Spotted Dogs in the race for the ball. He's in front of his Port opponent, gets the ball, gets a quick handball, gets slung to the ground, no free kick. Port player picks it up, handballs it to his player. Great hip and shoulder tackle by Callard and Fart. The ball goes loose. Timmy McNeil finally kicks the ball up, gets felled after he kicked the ball. Out to the outer half-back flank, and it goes over the boundary line. Well, a bit of excitement crept into the game then. Expect that sort of stuff. Dutchy gets a nice tap out towards Jatsy. Jatsy drops it, regains possession, kicks into the man standing close to him. Goes after the ball again, tackles Davo. Davo can have the ball, picks it up and gets a hurried kick towards the boundary line, and it is out of bounds. Ball's thrown back in. Dutchy's there, gets held, no free kick. Bounce misses Craig. Poor player gets a hurry kick. Old Bradford's in there, burrowing away. Willow's down there. Scramble of players, and the umpire decides to bounce the ball. Goes down. Dutchy gets a tap out to Willow. Willow gets a quick handball to Kellard. Kellard gets dropped after he's kicked the ball. He's kicked it out towards the half-back flank. Greeny's behind his opponent. They both fall to the ground. Greeny's on top of him. Port player gets the ball out to his teammate. His teammate gets a handball back. Craig Britton does a wonderful tackle, and it's been called dropping the ball, and should be, or hanging onto the ball, and should be a 50-metre penalty. But Craig will go back and take his kick. Ball just hangs in the air. Andrew Martin's behind it. Andrew Martin in front. Titch is on the ground. Reedy's there. Greeny's tackle. Willow comes through, gets a hand pass out, kicks it towards Gertzie. Gertzie running at the flight, the ball, picks it up, runs away from his opponent, gets a hurry kick back towards Tails. Tails had one bite at it. He's running into an open goal, gets a hurried left foot kick, straight to Brad Bolton. Brad Bolton cleans up, and it's first score for Centrals, which is one straight kick, 6 points, after a bit of good play down the back line here. Ball's back in the centre again. The ball goes down. Dutchie gets a big leap. Just gets a tap towards Gertzie, but a poor player chips in. Davo gets a hurry kick. It goes nowhere. Bradford hits it down to the ground. Wayne Britton's in there. Davo, the ball gets hurriedly pushed out, and a ball up will result. Smith bounces the ball in the centre of the ground. Port Douglas Ruckman gets a lovely tap out to his teammate, but he drops the ball. He pushes around the ground, gets a hurried handball out to his teammate, kicks it forward. Callard leading in the race to the ball, gets rid of the ball, held without the ball, and gets penalised. I can't believe that. Oh, I can. It's Smith umpiring. So obviously there's frustration because you've got a dickhead umpire, but you get that, I suppose. Pat Foy gets a kick, kicks it towards Jason Walsh, who takes a mark right on the edge of the square. He's back for a long kick. He puts it down towards the edge of the square. Purse is in front. Big pack forms. Comes out to Craig Britton. Craig Britton overruns the ball. Poor player gathers in a hurry, kicks it high, wide and handsome. Callard's running for the ball. Runs into an opponent. Purse backs up and gets the ball. It gets a handball out to Dutchie. Dutchie's there. Willow, Timmer's in the... Timmer was there shepherding, and he kicks it out of bounds on the full. So, short pass to a Port player who's getting a few kicks at the moment. Graham Harvey kicks it in towards Dutchie and Timmer. Timmer gets the mark, decides to play on. Kicks it towards Jatsi. Jatsi's playing around with it. Gets a quick handball out to Purse. Purse ran on well, kicks it up towards Brad Bolton, who takes a knife, gathers the ball almost clean. He drops it again, keeps on patting in front of him. Gets pushed off the ball. Willow comes in, lovely pick up one-handed, falls over, gets a nice handball out to Boldo. Boldo's got to have a hurried kick towards Titch Britton. Titch Britton will mark this, lovely mark. Titch Britton about 40 metres out, directly in front, kicking in the teeth of this bruise that's fluctuating between a 6 and 8 goal bruise. The resulting kick is 1 point. So the scores at the moment at about the 15-minute mark of the first quarter is 1 goal, 1-7 Centrals to Port Douglas 1-8. 1 goal, 2-8. Kick out's a short one. Port Douglas player takes it in front of Wayne Britton and decides to play on, kick it out towards the halfback flank. And it's marked by Robbie Hubbard. Hubbard gets a kick down to the wing position. Andrew Martin behind gets his hands to it, knocks it on. And it's over the boundary line for a throw-in on the outer wing position. Ball's thrown in, Al Bradford gathers it. Gets it knocked out of his hand. Wayne Britton had a hand in that. Gertzie picked it up. They finally get a handball out to Al Bradford. Al Bradford gets a little chip kick towards Brad Bolton. It's out of bounds for a penalty free kick for being out on the full. Port Douglas player plays on, kicks it straight in the arms of a waiting player behind Al Bradford. He's in front of Timmer then. It's a long kick in towards centre half forward. Dutchie's up there, gets the hands to it, drops it. Back in there, Craig's in there battling well. And the umpire decides to give it a ball up. Big pack of players around the ball. Dutchy goes over, gets a lovely tap down. Al Bradford gets a hurry ball out to Jatsi. Jatsi leading to the ball. Picks it up nicely, puts a nice kick into Brad Bolton just over his head. Brad Bolton running with the ball. Poor player comes through very strongly. Gathers and gets a wobbly kick down, and Timmer McNeil takes a nice chest mark. Timmer on the half-back flank. Gets a kick in towards the outer wing. You got Reedy in front. Killer behind, punches the ball a long way. Wayne Britton's in front, pushing the ball in front of him. Gets it knocked away from him. Britton picks it up. Right foot kick in towards Tails. Tails is there and takes a lovely mark. Long way out from goal, but he's looking for somebody. Puts a horrible kick in. It's going to land on Brad Bolton's chest. Unbelievable. So Brad Bolton, 40 metres out directly in front, is normally a reliable kick. I said that about Titch earlier. He comes in, keeps it nice and low to the breeze. Doesn't quite make the distance. Tail punches away. Port players drag it out. Titch finally picks the ball up, gives a handball out to Rudy, and right on the boundary line, Rudy gets a lovely kick in towards Willow. Willow in front of his man and takes a nice chest mark, which is just about the same position Brad Bolton had a shot. Well, Willow, he can't really say he doesn't kick any further than the proverbial shit tin, but, well, we'll see how he goes into the wind. Well, he's had a shot, kept it nice and low, and he has kicked the goal. So even us experts can be wrong. So the score at the moment is 2-1-13. Central's leading the Crocs 1-2-8. The ball goes down again. Favours Dutchy. Dutchy gets a hand to it, straight to Willow. Willow running through nicely, tries to get around his opponent and gets caught with the ball. Robbie Hubbard. Hubbard's got the ball, decides to play on. Gets a kick straight down to Phil Callard. Phil Callard in front, decides to tap the ball down. The Port Douglas player grabs it, gets knocked by his own player. Craig Britton runs through. Alan Bradford's in front of him. Gets a little chip kick, bounces over the boundary line on the half-back flank. Bit of wrestling in the ruck. Dutchy in opposing number. Craig Britton comes out with the ball with strength, just pulls his way through. He gets a hurried left foot kick. Greedy in front, gets it knocked away from him. Wayne Britton's there. Wayne Britton tries to kick it off the ground and gives a free kick away. So there's a bit of love and kissing going on. Players have run from everywhere. The umpire, after all that, has decided to pick out a free kick for Port Douglas and give him 50 metres, which brings him well and truly within scoring range with a breeze like this. Russell Klein is the guy who's got the kick. Dutchy standing the mark. Runs in and puts it straight through the middle. So the score at the 20-minute mark is Port Douglas 2-2-14, leading Central's 2-1-13. Umpire Smith bounces the ball, favours Dutchy. Dutchy and Fark go up again. Nobody gets a decisive tap. Poor player runs through the centre, gets a lovely pass out towards his half-forward flanker, but spotted dog in the road, keeps the ball in front of him. Charles gets caught, gets a handball, gets slung away. Poor player runs in, gets a handball to Jatsi. Jatsi gets a wild handball out towards the boundary line, and over it goes midway between the wing and the half-back flank. Ball's in, Dutchy goes up with Colin Fogden. Fogden gets a bit of a tap to his teammate. His teammate kicks it high and wide and Hanson lands on the chest of Craig Britton. Craig Britton puts a long kick in, is holding up in the breeze. Dutchie underneath. Dutchie puts the arms up, misses it. And the ball is scooped over the boundary line for another throw-in. Umpire throws the ball in. Hart goes up one-handed, knocks it out straight to Davo from Port Douglas. There's a scramble on the ground. The ball comes out to Davo again. He gets a hurried left foot. Ian Green comes in, punches the ball away from the Port player. The Port player picks it up, handballs it out to Pat Foy. Pat Foy misses a high tackle, gets on his left foot, kicks it out to the half-forward flank. Leading in the race for the ball is the Port player in front of Callard. He chips it around to Hubbard. Hubbard gives the ball to Fogden. Fogden runs in, has a shot for goal and misses the goal. First about to bring the ball back into play. He gets carried by the breeze towards the boundary line. Andrew Martin goes up, punches the ball away from Jacko and everybody else, and the ball rolls over the boundary line. Callard does the work. Ruckworth, his friend, he's jumped all over. Foy goes in. Jacko runs into him. Hubbard has a go at Jacko, so they're into a bit of tap dancing again. Pat Foy with the resulting free kick about 45 metres out on a 45-degree angle. Puts the ball in and he's put it straight through the middle. The score reads Port Douglas 3-3-21, leading Centrals 2-1-13. Ball gets bounced down in the centre. Port Douglas ruckman hits it straight to the Centrals ruckman, Dutchie. Dutchie gets the ball to his boot. Tails gets the ball in front of Jacko. Jacko Shepherd. Tails hooks the ball around and could have been his 100s, but it's 1 point. Terry McLeod about to bring the ball back in for Port Douglas. Kicks it well into the square. Dutchie fists the ball forward about 20 metres. Brad Bolton gets it, drops it and then picks it up again. Willow gets a short left foot kick. Tails leading the race. The ball picks it up like a rover. Kicks it back towards Gertzie in the centre. Gertzie gets one hand to it. Goes straight to Dutchie. Dutchie throws a wild left foot kick straight into Craig Reed's arms. Reedy's about 45 metres out on about a 45-degree angle. I've been saying that a lot. Generally a prodigious kick of the ball. Reedy comes in to kick the ball, wobbles all over the place. Daryl Taylor takes two grabs at it and it gets fisted away and through for a behind. Top player brings it back in towards Wayne Britton and Hubbard. They both miss the ball goes wide on the ground. Jatsy's there, hits the ball, gets hit over the shoulder and gets a free kick. He's on the half-forward flank on the outer side of the ground. Jatsy puts a long, low kick in towards Daryl Taylor. Daryl Taylor misses the ball. We've got Gertzie out by himself, gathers the ball well. We've got Fart making space, and Gertzie puts it straight on his tip. Lovely play, Central. Andrew Martin, the Fart. It's not a bad sort of kick for goal. Has a shot for goal, goes straight across the face of goal and out of bounds. In the forward pocket on the ball gets brought in and Tony Roman had the kick and kicked it straight into Daryl Taylor and out of bounds. The big killer Greg Davis gets a tap out. Wayne Britton was leading the race of the ball, hits it straight to a Port Douglas player. Port Douglas player comes running through the centre square, gets it towards Craig Britton and his opponent gets away with the ball, kicks it towards centre half forward where Reedy's in front and Reedy takes a nice grab. The umpire doesn't pay it. Jacko comes in, picks the ball up, decides to have a bit of a run, look for Tails. Tails is there. Titch Shepherd's nicely behind Tails and Tails has got a chance to bring up his ton. Tails is about 40 out, kicking a stiff breeze. Shouldn't be any problem with the distance, but the accuracy's the... Tails has had a shot, it's drifting off and it's coming back. No, it's not. So Central's 2-4-16, trailing Port Douglas 3-3. Ball's kicked down to the square. There's a bit of a scramble of play. Spotted Dogs there, gets hit in the face and does get a free kick. Good play, Spotted. Always puts his body in well. Spotter's there. Hits it towards Reedy and hits him on the chest. Good mark, Reedy. And there should be 50 metres as well. Chris Browning was the offender on that occasion. Silly stuff. 50-metre penalties cost you games. Oh, Reedy at the edge of the square. Runs in, puts it straight through. No doubt about that. And the score is 3-4-22 to Port Douglas 3-3-21. Ball's back with Smithy. Smithy bounces the ball towards Dutchy again. Killer gets a tap towards his rover. Greeny comes through, gets a touch of the ball. Brito there, hit it off the ground straight to Davo's arms. Spotted Dog leading the race of ball. Percy's in front. He too puts the body between ball and opponent. Ball gets tapped out again. Port Douglas, everybody's diving there. Keller gets a hit out to Al Bradford. Al Bradford hits it further on to Craig Britton. Craig Britton gets a hurry kick straight into the chest of a Port player who is Davison on off like a rag doll. Timmy McNeil's taking the resulting free kick. Timmy keeps a low kick in towards Andrew Martin. Fard in front takes a strong grab. Fard kicks into the man of the mark. Goes back after. Wayne throws his body and gets pushed in the back. The ball's on the ground. And sorry, that was Craig. Ball's up in the air. Bradford gets a fist for the ball. Poor player gets it, gets rid of it, straight to Fart. Start gets caught, drops the ball. The ball gets taken away from Gertzie, comes in, cleans up, has a bounce, runs across the ground, kicks it towards Brad Bolton, who's got about 30 metres on his opponent. Brad will put it on his right foot, kick it towards Willow and Craig Reed. Craig Reed runs on the ball, misses the bounce of it. Willow dives on the ball. Port Douglas dive on top with him, and pole up develops and there's a ball up. Ball goes down, favours the Port Douglas player, but Brad Bolton leading the race to the ball, puts the ball on his right foot, kicks it towards Tails. Tails goes up, misses the mark. And the Port Douglas player cleans up his act and kicks it to his teammate. He tries to centre the ball. Wayne was in front, gets the ball knocked away from him. Gertzie comes in with a bit of class, gets out of the road of a couple of players, hooks around his left foot, and straight over Jacko's head. Jacko gets in there. Willow gets up off the ground, has another go. Gets caught with the ball, can't get rid of the ball. Oh, he's called it. Jesus. He's called it a dropping the ball. Unbelievable stuff. Tony Romy's got the kick. Kicks it towards the centre of the ground. Dutchy behind. And Cole Fogden in front. Kicks it down the half-forward flank. Player there drops the ball. Bit of scrambly play there. Finally get a handball out to Al Bradford. Al Bradford gets a horrible little kick, trying to kick it towards Brad Bolton. Scrambly play all over the place, and it's finally over the boundary line on the outer wing position. Ball comes in. Dutchy gets a big leap, a big fist towards Brad Bolton. Boldo gets it, gets a handball towards Dutchy. Dutchy gets caught. Ball's in there somewhere. Finally, a Port player gets out with the handball and handballs it straight over the boundary line. So it's thrown in again. Dutchy pushes Killer out. Killer grabs him by the arm, swings him out of the pack, but no free kick. The Port player picks it up and kicks it towards Craig. Craig puts the arms on, takes it. Nice kick. Kellard's got the ball. Running off Craig very nicely. Kicks it towards Fart. Fart gets it. Oh, he's on the run, running with the fly of the ball. Gets a nice handball over to Reedy. Reedy's got to get rid of it to Tails. He kicks it towards Tails. Tails is going to run into an open goal and kick his 100th goal for the season. Well done, Daryl Taylor. Daryl Taylor won't get his 100th goal much easier than that. It's great stuff. Hopefully the nerves are gone now. He can get on with his job and kick a few more.